Bryan Callen, you want to cue up the first cut? I know those. I gave those the last minute. If you just get close to 113 on that first cut. Bryan Callen and Brendan Schaub do a podcast called The Fighter and the Kid, which a lot of people know about because it's the most lol cow podcast probably around, right? I mean, really, isn't it right now?
Yeah, these are two Rogan guys that would appear on his show and kind of became the manosphere of the podcasting world.
Two guys that can barely stand each other doing a podcast. You guys should check it out.
Which ones? I always confuse the two. Who's the real dope? The one on the right there.
I'm so glad you asked, Mark. He's the fighter, and Brendan Schaub is the fighter because he was an MMA fighter.
That's right. Yep.
Who famously got beat so badly, Joe Rogan begged him to quit, said, "You're going to get brain damage."
He's the one that did Gringo Poppy, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
And so instead of almost getting brain damage, Joe Rogan said, "Why don't you just do stand-up comedy?" And because Joe Rogan's platform is so big, what do you know? He's headlining in no time. And within 2 years of starting stand-up, an MMA fighter who's not real bright to start with was a headlining stand-up comic. And he was offered a special, which, how could he get a special before Dave Landau?
Yeah.
Dave Landau is...
Rogan.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. Exactly. Which is why, really, the size of the platform is all that matters, not the quality of the stand-up. So he gets his special, and actually his second special was Gringo Poppy, I believe. Didn't he have one before Gringo Poppy?
Yeah.
He had a Netflix special and a Showtime special, but Gringo Poppy is the lowest rated stand-up special of all time. Is grizzly bad. People watch it. There's a lot of views because people love watching how bad it is. And eventually he quit stand-up. I didn't like being on the road. It wasn't that he sucked. He just didn't like being on the road. Bryan Callen is the kid. Bryan Callen is 60 years old. Brendan's, I think, 40 or 41, 39, somewhere around there. And The Fighter and the Kid was a huge show. It was one of the early podcasts. It had the Joe Rogan, the hand of Joe Rogan. They were guests on Joe Rogan all the time because Joe was an MMA guy. He did play-by-play for MMA, right?
Yeah.
So he knew Brendan from that, and they started a side podcast analyzing MMA fights, I believe. And so, Joe made The Fighter and the Kid a giant podcast. And the only really permanent thing about the podcast is Brendan Schaub. It's had other people like Theo Von came in. It was the fighter or the King and the Sting or something else in the King and the Sting. Yeah, and that was a huge podcast until Theo left, and he started his monstrous thing this past weekend.
Also, the analogy, we've all had that friend, right, where you say like, "Hey, I'm going to go to this thing," and your friend goes, "Hey, I'll go with you," and you don't really want him to go, right? That's the situation here where...
when they moved to Austin?
Yeah, Bryan Callen said he was moving to Austin to get away from Brendan Schaub, literally wanted to get away from him, and Schaub goes, "Oh, I'll just go with you."
Yeah, I'm going to buy a house there, too.
I gotta tell you, though, a lot of that's on Callen.
It is.
No, don't.
Yes, you have to open your mouth. He is unbelievable.
I think Callen got rubbed out of the show for a while because he had Me Too accusations. 4 women said that he assaulted them. LA Times in a big story. So he was off The Fighter and the Kid for a while, and I think Chris D'Elia filled in.
Oh, that's a good replacement for someone accused of misconduct.
Nice.
So then Callen came back, and so Bryan has been trying to get his career back on track for a couple years.
Schaub is holding him back?
As this show becomes the most trolled show in all of podcasting. The Fighter and the Kid, people watch it just to laugh at it. Clips are taken constantly. We've taken clips from it. So Bryan Callen, after disappearing from the Rogan-verse, he really hadn't been on a Joe Rogan show in quite a while. When he moved back to Austin, all of a sudden he's performing at the Mothership. He's headlining. He's on Joe Rogan a couple of times, and it's like, I was just lost everything, and I'm reborn. I'm writing every day. I'm so excited. And so he suddenly has a special, and in fact, he puts out his special, and it lands with a big thud. It is the first special Joe Rogan's gotten behind that hasn't absolutely blown up.
Ooh.
The first one. And it's 60-year-old Bryan Callen trying to revive his career, and it's got, I think, 200,000 views, which is well below. I mean, there's so many examples of other specials that Joe Rogan has either promoted or otherwise, and, 5, 10 million, 20 million, whatever. It's just out on YouTube. anyone can watch it for nothing. And 200,000 views. Huge disappointment. But Bryan, of course, thought, I'm back. I'm back in the Roganverse. I'm the guy. I'm the man again. And Bryan was in a couple sitcoms. He was on Fridays, wasn't he?
He had a lot of small bit parts in movies too. Like
I didn't know he was on Mad TV.
Yeah, Mad TV. That's right.
He was in Old School. Okay.
Yeah, he played the waiter in Old School. Very small bit parts.
Yeah, he made himself.
He had a career.
He had a nice career going, and then the association with Brendan Schaub, I don't think helped. And then the Me Too, and then he was out of the Roganverse, which is a disaster. And then he's back in the Roganverse, so he thinks, "Oh my God, here I go again! It's my big comeback." Which
I'm back
at that point, because I don't think he was ever that big a stand-up. To be honest, he's a good stand-up, but not like Schaub. I mean, he's an actual stand-up. Schaub was just a creation of Rogan. But Bryan Callen's not that great a stand-up. He's not top tier. Anyway, with the Rogan hand, he thought, "I'm on my way. I'm back," and a lot of big talk. And so the special comes out, big thud, and then The Fighter and the Kid this week, something very strange and very comical to a lot of people happened. Here's Bryan is talking about, I got a call to be on Amy Poehler's podcast.
Oh,
what's that? A Good Hang?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And she is like maybe in the top 5 of all podcasters. Amy Poehler's podcast is huge.
I mean, she usually has bigger stars than Bryan Callen. But.
Absolutely. But Bryan Callen thought, "Oh my God, it coincides with my special. It makes total sense."
Okay.
Because I've got my new special out there, and it's got the hand of Joe Rogan on. So of course she wants to talk to me. So he's called in advance to set things up, and you got to come. Here's how we're going to do this, and he's trying to I guess get in sync with their tech people, and it's not working out. So anyway, hit cut 1.
So they have to make sure that your camera is all And I was on my phone. They goes, "Well, we want to do it on a laptop. Maybe we want to do it on a laptop, not on the phone." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I schedule that, and I get on.
No
now
difference.
I'm on, and now I got to do it through Facebook Live. With you got to, and I don't know how to do any of that. So he's got me on Facebook, and I'm like, Jesus, and I'm doing this thing, and he's like, "Okay, do you see it?" I'm like, "I don't see anything." And he goes, let's screen share so I can help you with this. So now I'm screen sharing with the guy as he's trying to configure my Facebook thing so I can get to a point where I'm there. And then I'm 20 minutes in as I'm clicking everything. I'm like, and he's going, "Okay, so this is really good, and just make this. It's no problem. I'm going to help you with this one. Now click this. Yeah, that's great."
Wait, pause it for a second.
I go,
Is he doing an accent?
Yes.
I'm like, okay.
Yes. A Russian accent, I believe.
I go, wait, so when are we doing the podcast? He goes, this Friday.
Okay. Anything sound funny?
Yeah, the whole thing sounds ridiculous. You think a podcast with the stature of Amy Poehler's would be dicking around saying, "No, you have to do it on Facebook Live"? No, they would send you a link that you would click on, and you would join either from Zoom or Meet or.
They might do a test, though. They might have you do it in advance just to make sure.
Unlikely, but okay.
Maybe not.
Not days before.
Right.
There's no way.
Maybe a half hour before, just to set things up, or an hour before. I mean, that's a big podcast. Yeah, although it is taped.
If Fox News was going to have you as a guest, they would connect with you about 15 minutes before they have you on to make sure it's all set. They're not going to do it days before, and they're certainly not going to have a Russian accent.
No, I wouldn't think so. But
you never let anyone control your screen, for crying out loud.
He's got this special out, though, and why wouldn't Amy Poehler want to have Bryan on? I mean, he knows her and everything. So let's see cut 2, see where this goes.
This is not good.
And my producer calls me and goes, "Hey, do you know that Amy Poehler podcast? Do you know it's a scam?"
No,
Schaub loves this.
Bubba,
He goes, an asshole.
They've been scamming people. I was waiting to do the podcast, and it never happened. And I'm like, "Hey, I'm waiting. Like, what do I do?" I was all nervous.
Dude, I'm so grateful for you. I've always wanted to meet somebody who got scammed by those podcasts.
And
what a nice thing to say.
When I say I got
Pause for a
scammed,
second.
What an asshole.
I know. He's so delighted this is happening because he knows Bryan is not putting anything into The Fighter and the Kid.
Yeah.
And I think he's really very pissed that Callen was going to be bringing guests in. I mean, big guests, because he's back in the Roganverse, and he's not. He's missing podcasts. He's not contributing to the Patreon at all. So
and Schaub's really carrying his weight, I'm sure. Come on.
Schaub loves this, make no doubt.
I got scammed so hard. I gave them all my information. I had to call a cybersecurity expert, a dude who really knows his shit, who was like, oh yeah. And he saw what they did, and he goes, so the good news is, I think that these guys were just trying to get access to your followers so they can spam and do a lot of stuff. But they wanted access. They sell access.
Did you change all your passwords?
Dude, he went
No,
on the dark
no, he didn't
web.
change a single one, you
I
idiot.
have all my passwords.
You got all those passwords. So yeah, Schaub's just loving this. I don't know why Bryan Callen's telling the story, to be honest.
Well, I mean,
content.
it's kind of an interesting story.
It is interesting.
Even though he looks like the idiot.
We're fascinated by it, and this has been days ago. A lot of people. This is all over the internet.
People get scammed. I get it.
Yeah, it happens. It's embarrassing. But the part that really amuses people is that Bryan thought that Amy Poehler really wanted him as a guest to promote his new special. There's just an arrogance there. If you look at Amy's guests.
I am looking at him right now. So
somebody brought up online too that all you would have to do is go to her YouTube. No one has ever Zoomed on her show ever.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, wow. No one's ever remote? Well, that's a pretty big deal. But yeah, it's Kate McKinnon, Mariska Hargitay, Aziz Ansari, Kristen Wiig, Selena Gomez. You're telling me he's going to be in that level?
No way.
Adam Scott, Aubrey Plaza. Yeah.
So
not terribly self-aware.
No, but the special was out. It's come back. This is it. Even Amy knew he's coming
was
back.
Amy producing the special?
No, Amy had nothing to do with the special.
Exactly.
I don't think Amy knew about the special until all this happened. But anyway, he knows Amy really well, as we find out in cut 3.
Does? Oh, okay.
Yeah, real tight.
I even texted Amy, and I was like, I DM'd Amy. I was like, hey, I'm supposed to do your podcast. I'm waiting, but nothing's going on here.
Did she say anything?
No, I didn't even hear. She probably didn't even get my.
She had no clue.
Meanwhile, but it's been going on, and somebody else who's a comic, I can't remember her name, was talking. She got taken too.
Ooh, they probably knew your special came out. You're probably doing some PR.
Exactly.
So they timed it
but
up.
the way they did it was so good.
It's not.
Gave me like all the questions. Like, Amy can't wait to talk to you. They know somehow that I know her. They do their research.
What questions?
And it made sense. I was like, of course she'd have an assistant reach out to me.
Of course.
But so you were on your phone, he goes, I need you on a laptop. And he said, I need you on FaceTime. That was the red flag.
He needs me on my laptop, and he was trying to tell me how to do it, and I couldn't do it.
But he said, open up FaceTime?
And he goes, let's. Do you want to screen share? He goes,
Boom.
would you like to screen share because I can help
that's
you?
a red flag.
And now he's got arrows pointing out. Click.
See, Brendan, this would never happen to Brendan. He knows all the red
too
flags.
Sharp. He's probably been through it so many times.
I know Amy. He really sounds.
She didn't respond to the text. Ouch.
Yeah, she didn't respond to the text.
That might be the most painful thing you said so far.
Definitely. There's a couple more, too. Like, it turns out, at one point, he suggests that when all this went down on the Wednesday, that, I was starting to smell a rat. But then it turns out he was waiting on Friday.
Oh,
he was waiting to be on the show.
I kind of feel bad.
I know. No, it's really sad.
Stupid move.
It's pretty brutal. All right, you can play.
I hate to say this, but the accent should have been a red flag.
Yeah.
I am Amy Poehler's assistant.
They talked about that.
I need the access to your computer.
Anybody
with that accent that says
dude.
that.
Yeah.
Completely. But then it dawned on me. I went. He sounded Russian. I go, where are you from? He goes, I'm Israeli. And I was like, you're not Israeli. You're Russian, bro.
Yeah, you fucked up with accents.
And then I said,
no accent.
but I have it all recorded.
He's got it all recorded.
So why are you playing it then? Right? You should be playing it. That's good content.
He's not gonna play it.
That's great content if it's all recorded.
This has 542,000 subscribers. No, that's how many subscribers they have.
Yeah.
How many thumbs up you think are on this video?
Oh, we got hardly any.
500,000 subscribers.
Should be like
how many views?
Should be like 15,000 or something.
29.
29
thumbs up. 1.7 thousand views.
Oh boy.
But you have 542,000 subscribers? I don't understand that math.
That's when they were big. You mean The Fighter and the Kid?
Yeah.
Yeah, that show was so big at one time. That show was like printing money. It was a gigantic show because Brendan had the MMA. Bryan was a stand-up. Bryan had been on Fridays. Bryan was on. There was a Netflix show he was on, wasn't there? Was he on a recent a sitcom or something in around 2010 or 2005?
Schooled? Was he on School or the Goldbergs? He was on the Goldbergs.
He was on the Goldbergs.
which is an ABC show. Yeah.
He's on. I think he's on another show too.
I mean, he's constantly been working and acting. I don't understand why. Yeah.
He had a nice career.
Yeah.
And they were early in the podcasting game, so there wasn't much competition. And then they brought Theo in. And then D'Elia also was big. D'Elia had a big show.
Yeah.
And D'Elia had a good stand-up career. So they had 542,000 subscribers. And this show will do sometimes, 25,000 views, which means that's what 1/25 of the subscribers are watching it. And I think most people watch it. I don't think it has a lot of probably audio only, I wouldn't think. Right. But I mean, we can listen to more of this if you want. It just keeps being funny if you want to hear any more.
It'll be linked
It's
in the
your
notes.
call.
Oh, wow.
Play a little more beyond where we left off, Brandon.
Okay.
And it to my cybersecurity guys, they go, "Oh,
Yeah,
dude, he's
dude.
Russian. Those are Russians.
Yeah.
They got you."
Dude, Bubba.
Yeah.
Did he
Bubba.
show his face, Brian, or not?
No,
No,
of course.
they got into my Meta Business Suite.
Oh no.
Damn, dude, you got hustled.
I got hustled.
He could
Damn.
not have been.
No.
And I was all
because
bummed
nice
out. So I was like,
partner.
"Oh, I got blown off." And it was like, "No, you didn't get blown off."
Hey,
Yeah, blown off.
you're never going on there, dude.
And I'm really good at that. Like I had a guy, this sophisticated
I'm really good at it.
operation.
You're never going on
Jamaican
there?
guy was like, the way they did it was interesting because they were like, you won money, and I was like, great. And they said they had this whole thing, and they said, where can we send this? And I was like, oh, because they tied it to.
You fell for the money one?
No, they tied it to some like a subscription I had.
Yeah, I know,
and
dude.
showed me like how. And so I was like, no, I didn't. I fall for it. I was like, I looked at it and then I was like, and they said, all we need is for you to pay the taxes on it, right? So I was like, oh, okay, perfect. How much?
What?
It was like $2,800.
Perfect.
I go,
Before we can
$2,800?
send it to
How much
you?
do I get? They're like $42,000. I was like, where do I send the money?
what?
Where do I send the money?
That doesn't make
And I had
sense.
this guy going all over
Just running in
Kingston,
Brian, stop
Jamaica
talking.
on Western Union.
Damn,
and I made him chase it for 2 days. And finally I said, well, is it not there? He goes, no. He was getting so frustrated. I said, okay, I've been sending it to Kongston. And he goes, Kongston?
You wasted both your guys' time, though.
I did.
But
I said, can you check
taught
your
him
butt for it? And he got so
I guess
mad at me.
you taught him a lesson. But with the cybersecurity, they look into the like personal stuff, pictures and all that stuff for you?
Yeah, what he heard
Can't
what
get
the guy
enough.
was saying. He saw it all, and he knows about this stuff. And he said, in your case, they didn't get into any banking stuff or money. I would never have. I would have been like, what? So what they were trying to do, which they did, was got access to my page, my Meta Business Suite, so they could technically.
And they didn't do anything?
No, they so Facebook is really good about that stuff. Facebook, and they shut everything down. They'll just shut it down when they see some irregular activity.
Well, especially if someone logs in from fucking
Yes. They're like,
Russia. I would hope that's a
Yeah,
red
they
flag.
shut you down right away.
Yeah, because Facebook, then
That's why they had that
that's your Instagram.
authentication and all that.
Yeah.
stuff.
And then
The
it's
problem
why
is
it's
what
almost
they can do is
impossible
sell
to get it
access
back.
to your
Yes.
Facebook page, and then you can use that to post advertisements,
Damn, Bubba.
spam people, and all that.
Ain't that a bitch?
Oh, it was so
You
good.
couldn't be happier,
And it
you
didn't dawn on me
asshole.
until 20 minutes in. I was like, "Where are you from?" And I was like, "This doesn't feel right."
Then why are you waiting
That's a
Friday?
bummer.
Yeah, it was
That'd
good.
been a good podcast to do. I said that'd been a good podcast to do. Son of a bitch.
When did you start taking action? As far as when you found out?
Like the next day.
Oh, you waited a day.
I waited 2 days.
Yeah, because he's waiting for the podcast Friday.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Well-
There was still a
But by the
chance
time
in his
it's late.
mind.
It doesn't matter if it's a day or 2 days. At that point, they've got everything on. It's all. They've already sold it to a third party broker.
But it doesn't matter, right? Because they can't get back in.
No.
Wow. What a
Ouch.
mess those two guys
Oh
are.
my God, Schaub. Oh, what an ass. Oh, that's a red flag.
Thanks, genius.
What a pylon. And they're doing the show from the storage area. That's the upstairs of the
The real
storage
echoey,
area.
yeah.
Below are Brendan's show cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like his, he's got race cars.
Of course he does.
Like,
Well, no,
race
he
cars
had a
down there.
very successful YouTube channel, right, where he drives cars and
That
stuff.
didn't really go too well.
Well,
it was all gas, no brakes or something.
Yeah,
I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Oh, boy. What was the name of that show? Do you know, Roberto?
Drive fast, all gas.
That's it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Stupid name.
And so, yeah, he acquired all these cars and gave away a couple trucks, which was really
Well,
questionable too.
The animosity between those two guys, because Brendan's laughing at every bad thing that happens because the animosity is brewing from Schaub is allegedly Schaub pays Callen to be there like $40,000 a month or something, some outrageous number like that. And he's just coasting, and he's not into it. Schaub knows it, and just no one wants to speak up and say, "Hey, this ain't working."
Well, I think Bryan can't give up the money. I mean, nobody's gonna. There's almost no amount you could pay anyone credible to be on a podcast with Schaub at this point.
Schaub pays to be on that podcast?
He pays Callen a lot of money to be on the podcast.
But what does he get out of it?
He gets to keep being a podcast that I guess is in the zeitgeist. Or in the trollgeist.
But why not just do your own podcast? And
he has his own podcast.
Oh, okay.
He has the Schaub Show. And
I think he could do without this.
Drive Fast, All Gas.
It sounds like a bad finances.
Platform is not going really well. Some people are saying it can't be making money at all because if he didn't pay Callen, there's no way Callen would not be there.
Yeah.
And Callen tried to move away. He tried to move to Austin, and Schaub followed him.
Well, just tell him
There's
no.
nothing he could do.
But then again, the guy's paying you $40,000 a month to be on it.
Yeah, I heard it was.
It's probably the biggest income that show makes.
I've heard a lot of numbers. Well, that show
Most
used to be
revenue.
a gold mine. This show used to make all this money.
Now.
I know. I mean, we all know that it's not going to make money again. Not like it did, but I don't think Schaub knows that. I think Schaub is. I think he's from money too. I think his dad might have some money. And I mean, Thick Boy used to have all kinds of revenue streams, and I think most of them kind of disappeared, unfortunately. But that was wow, that was a bummer. And again, I don't know why Callen shared that. I just I would have kept it to myself.
It's an interesting story.
And they just say that I'm another female comedian too.
Yeah, I know.
I'm not the only one.
Could happen to
I'm
anybody.
surprised you didn't name him.
I know. I'm not sure she exists.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
Although the other Schaub acted like he's heard about this scam.
I don't know anyone that's heard about this scam. I've read a lot about it. I don't know. Well, anyway, our thoughts are with Bryan Callen at this difficult time, and maybe Amy will take pity on him and have him on.
Yeah, unlikely. Why would you want to punish yourself?
It'd be a good bit.
Yeah, it would, but not for her audience. They don't know who he is.
Yeah, I don't think. I think the fact that he's in the Rogan verse probably precludes him from being on Amy's show in the first place.
I just don't think he is. I don't think people know who he is. Especially,
I guess not.
Her audience wouldn't be like, who is this guy? What an idiot. Although if you were good, she could turn it into. I mean, it is an interesting.
Yeah, it's
story.
a bit. I mean, I thought Amy might have him on actually, but I'm not sure he really would fit in that world of hers.
But if he just tells this story,
Do you remember the KISS podcast last week? I was telling you they want to have you on. They need your social security number whenever you get a chance.
you want to share your screen.